right now I've got the track. I feel like I have the track feeling pretty good. So I think it's time to start thinking about the vocal, put the vocal in the mix a little bit. So there's the lead vocal A and B, and then there's the lead vocal chorus. Soft, louder, loudest. I love that. So, they are all treated differently. Okay. So this is going to change my game plan. The only thing that I'm wondering if I need to keep in this setup is this effect rack. I might just, let me just do this. I'm going to, since it's louder, I'm going to go with the B vocal, so to speak.
How do you feel?
And just listen.
Holding on so tightly now. We're heading on
flat.
from today. Where have you been? Yeah, all these years.
Okay.
Maybe 30 all the way. Then I'm going down.
Man, she's got a voice.
I'm going down.
Okay.
How did you feel? How do you feel? Holding on so tightly now. We're heading on from today.
Now, what I'm going to do is...
Where have you been?
I'm just going to do my thing. I really don't think... The only thing I'm going to keep, though, is their effects. But as far as, like, the processing, I'm just going to start with what I would do. First things first. I feel like the tone of the vocal, it's just a little harsh. So let me...
How do you feel?
Soothe. Soothe is the bomb. You can do similar things with like FabFilter or a multiband compressor, but as far as set it and forget it, Soothe is the winner chicken dinner. I really haven't come across anything else that works as easily and sounds just as good in the area of quickly and efficiently removing harshness, because if I just play the track for you a minute,
how do you feel?
You can just see how it's analyzing each frequency, and anything that comes across this threshold line, it's just going to attack immediately.
Where have you been? Yeah, all these years, maybe 30.
And then you can get really crazy with it if you want.
Down.
Stock setting of soft or hard is usually great.
How did you
there
feel?
Are some
How do you feel?
extras in the quality where you can go the oversampling rate and make it faster, and the resolution you can make it ultra where it really gets...
Where have you been? Yeah, all these years, maybe 30 all the way.
But it's funny, in this situation, the ultra is actually starting to kind of kill some of the character. So if I just go back to normal.
How did you feel? How do you feel? Holding on so tightly now. We're heading on from today.
So that's with, and then let me go without.
How do you feel? Holding on so tightly now. We're heading on from today.
Now I'm cranked in here.
Where have you been? Yeah, all these years, maybe 30.
So I'm going to start with that right there.
Then I'm going down.
And then she is a little sibilant.
I'm going down.
Mine.
How did you feel?
Favorite.
How do you feel?
De-esser, if I can spell wise.
So tightly now.
Is the Weiss.
We're heading on from today.
Hold on while it loads.
Where have you been?
Is the Weiss De-esser. This guy's great. De-esser Weiss. I mean, Weiss is one of my new top favorites. It sounds fabulous. Sounds so good. FabFilter De-esser, Massey De-esser is rad as well. Even the Digi De-esser sounds really good. And then some of the wave stuff, it does work as well. It's just a little, like their sibilance one, which is right there. That thing sounds great, and it works. This one works just as well. I find that the Weiss one, for me personally, is so much versatile.
now.
you have immediately, because it
How
comes up with
did you
two
feel?
bands, which is
How
rad.
do you
Because usually there's
feel?
always the
Holding
high
on
frequency,
so tightly
and then there's a little more of like
now.
a lower
We're
mid
heading on from
that
today.
this will catch. So you
Where
can
have you
set the
been? Yeah,
threshold
all
where you
these
want,
years,
and then
maybe
over down here is
30
the
all the
range
way.
of how
Then
much, how
I'm
hard it's
going
going to de-ess.
down.
And then last but not least is the,
I'm going
how do you,
down.
there it is,
How
there it
did
is.
you
The width
feel?
of each
How do
octave.
you feel? Holding on
So
so
it's going to,
tightly
and then
now. We're heading on from
it starts to
today.
show you the de-essing
Where have you
by,
been? Yeah, all these years, maybe 30 all the way. Then I'm going
I think
down.
it's,
How do you feel? Holding on so tightly now. We're heading on from today.
oh, it's over here.
Where have you been? Yeah, all these years, maybe 30 all the way.
So it's
Then
doing,
I'm going down.
I don't
How
remember
do
how
you
it's,
feel?
I'm using my ears on
Holding
this
on
one quite,
so tightly
oh,
now.
there it was
We're
both bands.
heading on.
So,
How do you feel? Holding on so tightly now. We're heading.
I'm just
How
trying to
do
look.
you feel? Holding on so tightly now.
Okay, the middle band, like holding on so tightly now. It was doing six, it goes quick. I wonder if there's a way to change all that, how it, probably in the setup. Like it was doing 6 dB in the mid band and about a dB and a half in the high band in that situation right there. So it's really helping control
How
it.
do you
Great.
feel?
Send it off to the client. The client got back to me with some notes, which I'm going to go over for a minute. But, however, before I go over to those notes, the client, they're ecstatic. They're super happy with the direction of the mix is going. I did another car listen from my drive from home back to the studio, and I still felt like the kick drum and the bass drum were just kind of loud in the mix. Kick drum is feeling loud in the mix to me still, but the bass, I think the bass I can just tone down a little bit with a little bit of EQ, cutting out a little bit of mid so it's not so woolly sounding in the spectrum. But what I want to do is just, I'm going to use my small Bose speakers here.
Wakey, wakey, yeah, rise and shine. You're as perfect as it can be. There's a ghost inside of you. Did kill the ghost
2 dB on the
inside of
kick.
me. Beats are dripping loud, and now
And then on
this
the
world
bass.
is all you can see. There's a ghost inside of you. Did kill the ghost inside of me. Calling from a great height. Amen. Fuel the forest fire.
Take a little bit of low mid out of the bit. Let me just go.
Ghost inside of you did kill the ghost inside of me. Calling from a great height. Amen. Fuel the forest fire. Fuel the forest fire.
I think that's feeling better. Now, just to give you a reference point, because I saved it. Here we go. Here's the mix I printed last night.
Wakey, wakey, yeah, rise and shine. You're as perfect as it can be. There's a ghost inside of you. Did kill the ghost inside of me. Beats are dripping.
And then this is what I have going on now.
Wakey, wakey, yeah, rise and shine. You're as perfect as it can be. There's a ghost inside of you. Did kill the ghost inside of me. Beats are dripping.
I mean, it's really crazy because still listening to what I printed last night, it does not sound out of context to me at all. But gee, holy cow! Out in the world in my car, it was the bass and the kick was just almost blowing out my speakers. So I really couldn't. I just felt like there was no mid range anymore because the relationship of the bass was so loud, and I wanted to fix that. Plus, the artist and producer hearing the recall that I did at home last night, real quick, they were super happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, I already did the bass down or the bass EQ and turn the kick down a little bit. I kind of wonder though, just hearing that, I'm gonna go up a half on So minus 1.5 there. Oh, minus 4. Ooh, minus 1.5. There we go.
Wakey, wakey, yeah, rise and shine. You're as perfect as it can be. There's a ghost inside of you. Did
Now,
kill the ghost inside of me.
The client did have some notes. Here we go. They sent me another stem via WeTransfer, something that they missed out on in the Logic session. Overall, like I said, they were happy, so they only had a few minor tweaks. And so then chorus 1, they went the BVs down, mainly the stacked harmony part, amen, that big thing. So I can do that right now. So let's go back up to here, minus, which probably had turned up. So I don't know. Let's just go down a dB in half and see how that fancies them. So I did that. Bring up the glitchy sample sound. The stem is called Outer Space in the build, as we can't really hear it. Okay. Outer Space. So let's find that stem. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's go up 4. Cool. Well, let's just go ahead and turn on both of them. I missed the mark. So this Outer Space, it went up, geez, 8 dB, and this one went up 4 dB. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'll keep it where I have. So it's up 4. All right, that's cool. Done, easy. Bring up the crescendo of the tapping string sound in the build. I mean, to be honest, I feel like they could both come up. So let's just go ahead. Put a trim plugin on there. Let's go up 2, and then this guy, let's just turn him up 2.
There's a bass drum kicking louder. Oh, there's a dough drum in my.
Oh, you know what? Actually, that's what he's talking about. Whoops. Okay. My bad.
Dough drum in my head. It's a bass drum kicking loud. Dough drum in my head. No, it's a bass drum kicking. Bass drum kicking louder. Oh, there's a dough drum in my head. No, it's a bass drum kicking louder. There is a dough drum in my head. It's a bass drum kicking louder. Dough drum in my head. No, it's a bass drum kicking louder. There is a dough drum in my head. It's a bass drum kicking louder.
Cool. Okay. Now, let me check my notes. Yep. Okay, done. Then I've got to just add the new track, which is it's Electric Effects 1. Just there. I think. Put it at 0. It's already in mix. Now let's see what this guy's doing. That's a guitar part. Okay.
Bass drum kicking louder. There was a dough drum in. Bass drum kicking louder. Oh, there's a dough drum in my head. No, it's a bass drum kicking louder. There was a dough drum in my head.
I feel like I need a little compression dynamics just to help it sit.
Bass drum kicking louder. Oh, there's a dough drum in my head.
Yeah, there we go.
Is the bass drum kicking louder? Or is the dope drum in my head? Is the bass drum kicking louder? Or is the dope drum in my head? Calling from a great height, amen. Through the forest fire.
I was also thinking when I was listening to the mix in the car, oh, there was one more thing that I wanted to do actually that they didn't bring at the notes. But first, the stereo bus compressor, I was kind of thinking, what if I change the sidechain frequency so the kick gets a little more squished in the...
Bass drum kicking louder. Oh, there's a dope drum in my head. No, it's a bass drum kicking louder. No, it's a dope drum in my head. Is the bass drum kicking louder? Oh, there's a dope drum in my head. Is the bass drum kicking louder? Oh, there's a dope drum in my head. Calling from a great height, amen.
Yeah, I'm liking it how it's tightening up the kick.
Calling from a great height, amen. Through the forest fire, through the forest fire. Calling from a great height, amen. Through the forest.
And then
Calling from a great height, amen. Through the forest fire, through the forest fire.
there, it's weird in the car when this part is happening.
Through the forest fire, through the forest fire. Calling from a great height, amen. Through the forest fire, through the forest fire.
Otherwise,
Calling from a great height, amen. Through the forest fire, through the forest fire. Bass drum kicking louder, oh there's a dope. Bass drum kicking louder, oh there's a dope drum in my head. It's the bass drum kicking
cool.
louder.
That's prime. So M2. So I was spending some time messing with the vocals. I'm still messing with some stuff here and there, but it's coming together. It's coming pretty close. It's time to put on my last piece of the puzzle in my mastering chain, which is my BX Master Desk. This is the previous version. There's a new one out that's called a True Peak. I keep meaning to put that in my everyday chain. I keep forgetting about it, and oh well. As far as this guy goes, I pretty much just leave everything stock as is. The only thing that I do, I check number 4 on the mode. When I went through the settings the first time the plugin came out, I just sort of picked number 4 for whatever reason. And I don't do limited turbo, and I don't do compressor link. This plugin is actually a multi-mono, which helps give you width in that scenario. So if you do the compressor link, it's going to become a little bit more collapsed. But this thing's pretty rad.
Long goes on the Rio, deep down and terrified to reveal the ordeal. I can see your eyes.
Holy cow.
Long goes on the Rio,
Let me do this.
deep down and terrified to
It's a little too hard. So this is what I like to do, is because my tape machine feeds into Master Desk. So, you know, I could actually just turn it down here a little bit.
long goes on the Rio,
But
deep down and terrified
interesting
to
how
reveal the ordeal. I can see your
I don't know, man.
long goes on the Rio, deep down and terrified.
Let's leave it on for a minute, see what it does.
Long goes on the Rio.
Oh, but I was going to give you a little, sorry, here. Let's go like to the intro. So now, no Master Desk. riff. No. I mean, I know it's giving you the sense of gain. There is some gain going on, but I mean, do you hear how it's like the upper mid range is getting pushed forward, and all of a sudden the track sounds a little bit more exciting now? I've really been digging this thing, and I said it before, but I probably should have turned this on way sooner, and just a lot of times I just mix into it. More angry, aggressive. Now I'm not speaking. Yeah. I'm gonna put my headphones on and check. Come along with me. Yeah.
Long was on the Rio, deep down and terrified to let myself feel and
Wow.
dead cockroach in the bathtub, a Cuban hooker on.
Just want to see. There's some serious, like, low end. I mean, I know I got it on the UAD 1084, but it's kind of fun to see it just on the fab filter, just as far as like high passing goes.
I feel nothing, a derailed fantasy, looking
And dare I say
for anything.
Guitars might be too big. Like a smidge.
Long was on the Rio, deep down and terrified to
Okay, these are
reveal
too
the
quiet.
ordeal. I can see
So if you go right,
long was on the Rio.
there we go.
Deep down and terrified to let myself feel and heal. Under the smoke spiral, another round of devil's piss, turmoil and turbulence, razor blade spread kiss. Hypnotized to push the wire.
Doing some-
Under the smoke spiral, another round of devil's piss, turmoil and turbulence, razor blade spread kiss.
Little volume right there.